Complete the profit and loss statement. 36. On cell B23, we totalize operating expenses with the function equals sum B20, B22. 37. On cell B24, we calculate monthly profit with the formula equals B18 minus B23, revenue minus expenses. 38. Select the range B14, B24. Copy it and paste it 11 columns to the right to complete the monthly calculations. 39. We now proceed to total annual calculations. On cell N13, calculate total number of contracts by writing the following formula. Equals sum B13, M13. 40. Copy this cell and paste it to the range N14, N18, and N20, N24. At this point, steps 1 and 2 have been simultaneously finished. A model has been created with probabilistic variables already inserted as at-risks, Poisson, and PERT functions. By clicking F9 or recalculation on Excel several times while the dice icon is on, you can observe how the model changes values when generating stochastic values for the input cells. Observe, for example, cell N24, the total profit, and see how it varies in values as long as you keep recalculating or generating random numbers for each one of the input variables that impact total profit. Defining output variables. At risk needs to explicitly recognize which cells of the Excel model contain a variable worthy to be called an output. An output variable is an Excel cell for which we want to obtain results to be analyzed. Output variables assume many forms. On financial models, for example, output variables are net present values, internal rates of return, payback ratios, total profits, total project costs, etc. When a cell is declared as an output variable, at risk will collect, that is, store in memory the different sample values it will assume during the simulation process. If a certain simulation contains 5,000 samples or iterations, then those cells that have been previously declared as outputs will contain 5,000 different values generated through the recalculation of the model. Therefore, it will be possible to generate reports and charts to be interpreted upon those cells previously declared as such. The most important output variables in our model is certainly the total annual forecast profit, located on cell N24. The whole purpose of the model is to adequately calculate such a figure. Therefore, this cell deserves to be declared an output. 41. Go to cell N24 and click on the Add Output button of At Risks ribbon. This will pop up the following window. Since the cell has a previously defined Excel name, this name will be used as its automatically declared name for the output. Otherwise, At Risk will name this cell by making a reference to the left-hand side text and the text it will find on its column above. 42. Click OK to exit the output declaration. This cell will now contain whichever formula it had before, preceded by the risk output clause. Equals risk output, open and close parenthesis, plus sum B24, M24. Monthly profits can and should also be declared as output cells. However, you do not have to go one by one in order to define each one of the monthly profits individually. At Risk can declare them all as outputs on a single operation. Additionally, when defining all time-related outputs such as these monthly profits within a single operation, At Risk will allow us later to retrieve a very powerful type of chart, the summary chart. 43. Select the range B24, M24, as it is the range containing 12 monthly profits. 44. Now click on the Add Output button on At Risk's ribbon. The following window appears. In this case, At Risk is using its internal algorithm to assign whatever text it has on the same row of these cells as a reference to its name, a slash sign, and then a reference to the first value above the row that does not contain a function, In this case, it makes a reference to the month names on row 12. 45. This naming convention works well in this case. Leave it as it is and click OK to exit. At this point, At Risk has created 13 outputs, 12 individual monthly profits, and a summarizing total profit variable on cell N24. Click on the model window icon on At Risk's ribbon. You should be able to check so far that the model contains 72 input variables and 13 output variables.